Namaste. Welcome to this short yoga practice for the base chakra, Muladhara chakra. So today we're going to do quite a gentle practice, gentle but deep and profound. It will be mostly sitting and lying down. So if you are not familiar with the chakra system, don't worry, you don't have to have an expansive understanding of it to benefit from the effects of working with your energy in this way. But a little bit about the base chakra before we start. It is depicted as the red seat of energy in this meditating person here. The color of the root chakra is red. It's called Muladhara in Sanskrit, Mula meaning root and Adhara meaning support. It's associated with the element of earth, the adrenal glands, and the sound is Lam, or the mantra for the chakra is Lam. Sometimes that's pronounced a bit more like Lum. The root chakra is all about our instinctual responses, survival, security, vitality, and stability. So we can help it by allowing ourselves practices that make us feel grounded and to have very stable connections in our lives. So connections not just to our bodies, but to our homes, the people in our lives, our family, our friends, and those sorts of things. So without further ado, let us begin our practice. So we're going to start seated, and if you'd like something to lift your hips up a little, a folded blanket or a little block underneath the hips can help you to feel more comfortable. It doesn't matter which position you start in. If you're happy cross-legged, I've got my right leg crossed in front of my left. It's actually my left crossed in front of my right, but for the purpose of mirroring you guys, right in front of left. And as long as you know which way around you are, then we're going to swap partway through this seated practice. So just knowing where you start is great. If you are not comfortable sitting cross-legged on the floor, then take a chair. You can do this with your feet firmly on the floor and your seat on a chair, or you can have your feet apart like this, open in the hips and soft in the knees, and you can do all of the practices we do without crossing the legs at all. So when you're ready, come into your seated position of choice. Allow your foundation to be grounded. So feel the parts of the body that are in connection with the floor. Allow them to feel support from the floor and lift the rest of the body upwards. A touch of engagement across your belly muscles helps here, but not too much in the way of gripping. Lengthen through the spine to the crown of the head. Allow the hands to rest wherever they're comfortable, bringing the first finger and thumb towards each other, extending the other three fingers, palms up or palms down as you choose. This is the mudra, the hand gesture for Muladhara chakra. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes or you can gaze gently downwards. Begin by just checking in with your body, feeling how it feels, the sensations in the body, noticing areas of tension, fatigue, or discomfort. Simply being aware of those so that you can practice in a supportive way for them without pushing or straining or striving. Notice one area of the body that feels quiet, peaceful, at ease. Your natural spontaneous. When you notice it, it automatically becomes a little deeper. That's okay. Whenever you're ready, you can gently deepen that breath. Just beginning our practice with a few deeper breaths, getting some fresher air into places in the lungs that are forgotten by the shallower breathing. If you'd like to, you can sigh out through your mouth or blow out through your lips. And then take a moment just to soften the features of your face, your shoulders. When you're ready, you can gently draw your chin towards your chest. Take a moment to notice the sensation of length down the back of the neck. Without pushing the chin towards the chest, just allowing gravity to take it where it falls. Roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Chin back to your chest. Left ear to left shoulder. So just little semicircles in front of the body, from side to side, slow, steady movements, exploring the sensations in the body as you move, remaining in that firm foundation, grounded through the parts of the body that are touching either support, if you're on support, or the floor, if you're on the floor. When you're ready, you can bring your chin back down to your chest, bring your head upright, relax your eyes open if they've been closed, and relax your hands as well, and rest them wherever is comfortable. So we're going to work with practices that stimulate balance and undo blockages from our base chakra and the associated energetic channels. And to begin with, we're just going to stir the body in a circle. So using your hands on the floor or your legs for support, gently stirring around in a circle so that you're moving your heart around the base of your spine. And here, if you want to, you can allow your head and your neck to be part of the movement, your shoulders, the rest of your body moving as well. Just a gentle rotation in this direction. Whenever you're ready, changing direction. So in yoga, we normally always change direction for that element of balance, doing both ways, both sides, front and back, left and right. And as you move, perhaps feeling that sensation of moving across that base area of the body. So the root chakra is located around about the bottom of the cervix or the perineum. The base of the spine, basically. Very good. And when you're ready, coming back to sitting upright again. And here we've had our legs crossed in this way. That's okay. If you need a little rest from having your legs crossed, you can stretch them out. In fact, we can all do that. And just wiggle your toes and wiggle your ankles. Roll in your ankles, lovely. And in both directions. And then with the knees a little soft, just rolling the ankles again. If you have your heels on the floor, and what will happen here is that your thigh bones will roll in the hip sockets, which is a really nice thing to do, especially when we're working with the support and stability of the low body, going in the opposite direction as well. If you find that you sit or stand a lot for your work, then this will stimulate the energy flow in your limbs so that you get that release of stagnant energy, a flush of fresh energy there. Very good. You can give your legs a bit of a wiggle and then cross your legs the opposite way round if they were crossed. If not, come back into the position that you were in before. And then here we want to it's really hard to work with just one chakra. So what we're going to do is stimulate the whole of the back line of the body, just to allow energy to flow between the chakras as we practice as well. So start by taking your arms nice and wide, elbows soft, maybe elbows coming touch behind the body, firm in the belly, lifting in the chest and the chin, and then round through your spine, drawing your elbows towards each other, scooping the belly in, chin towards the chest, just a little. As you breathe in, open your chest, look up, take the elbows back. And as you breathe out, round through the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, draw the elbows in. Breathing in as you open up, breathing out as you round. Breathing in as you open, breathing out as you round. Let's finish by breathing in, opening, breathing out, floating the arms down to the side. Excellent stuff. So we're going to do a little side-to-side action as well. So taking your right hand down on your right side, lifting the left arm up and over, and then coming back in the opposite direction. Just a gentle side bend. Now you might find that your left hip lifts as you go to the right. That's absolutely fine. Right hip lifting as you go to the left. And in this way, again, you're changing the place of the body that is supportive, changing where the weight of the body is, which is balancing and stimulating for energy around the base chakra. Very good. And we'll do one more to the left and come back to sitting upright. Just take a moment to notice the effects of your practice, to feel the stimulation of that energy, to feel what's going on. And we're going to extend the legs again to do a little bit more of that. It's called octopus. So rolling the ankles and allowing the knees to be soft so they roll in and out. And we can also do this with the arms, opening the arms and bringing them back together again. You find a flow. So if you want to do just your legs, that's fine. It's sort of rocking backwards and forwards across that bottom area of the torso where the root chakra is located. If you're going in one direction, you can, of course, reverse and go in the other direction. You'll find that you have to use a little bit of your tummy muscles. But if you need to switch them on, think about it and use them a little bit to help. One more. And then when you finish, just lengthening through the legs and paddling through the knees again, maybe waving the feet from side to side, or just rolling the ankles on their own or wiggling your toes, whatever feels good here. And then coming back to sitting in, let's try the first way we crossed our legs again. Very good. So here we're going to open our chests and then fold forward. Exhale, forward over your legs. So you feel a little fold forward. You can have your hands here on the floor for support. And with the hands for support nice and wide, maybe gently snaking the chest and shoulders from side to side. And hopefully you feel that lengthening, creating space across the low back, into the buttocks, perhaps across the hips. Little snaking from side to side. We'll come back to the center, take the hands back towards the hips, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, lift in the tummy, and draw the body upright again. Let us take the arms up, breathing in. Breathing out, fold forward over your legs. When you fold forward, touch the hands down, take them back to the hips, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, breathe in, lifting the chest and lifting the belly muscles, breathing out at the top. Breathe in, open the arms over the head. Breathing out as you fold forward touching the hands down, slide them back to the hips, breathing in, rolling the shoulder blades together to come to sit upright again. Breathe out and relax. Okay, let's do that with the legs crossed the opposite way. So taking the legs nice and wide, maybe giving them a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a wiggle through the toes, roll through the ankles, crossing in the opposite direction. And we'll do that snaking first as we fold forward. So open your chest, fold forward over your legs, take your hands nice and wide, and just gently swaying the chest and shoulders from side to side, using the fingertips or the palms of the hands for support, grounding there also, feeling the connection with that root chakra, which comes into all of the parts of the body that can touch the floor. Very good. When you're ready, coming to the center, maybe finding a touch more length, fingertips back towards the hips, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, lift in the belly, and come back to sitting upright. Let's do a few flowing movements. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, folding forward. As your fingertips touch down, take them back to your hips. Breathe in, roll the shoulder blades together, lift in the belly, and sit up. Breathe out here. Breathe in, reaching the arms up. Breathing out, folding forward over the legs. Touch the fingers down, take them back to the hips. Roll the shoulder blades together. Breathe in as you come back upright. Breathe out at the top of your movement. One more time, breathing in. Breathing out as you fold. Breathing in, slide the hands back. And sitting upright. Breathing out at the top of that movement. Very good. Okay, so we are finished with our upright or seated portion of the class, and we're going to come to lying down on the back now. So however you would like to, if you've done that on a chair, basically coming down onto the floor now. And as you roll down, placing your feet a comfortable distance apart, so perhaps towards the outside edge of your body, turning the palms upwards and allowing the arms to rest away from the body a touch. Apologies, I'm going to take my hair down because it's annoyingly under the back of the head there. So taking a moment to allow your body to rest in this position. It's called constructive rest, and feel that sense of connection through the pads of the toes, the balls of the feet, the outside edge of the feet, the heels of the feet, all grounding and connecting downwards, but also in the buttocks, the back of the pelvis, the spine and the back of the body, the back of the head, the shoulders, arms and backs of the hands. Allow yourself a moment here to arrive in this position for the body to negotiate its way into this new relationship with gravity. And also notice the effect of your work, your effort in practice so far. Perhaps you feel a little bit more comfortable or at ease in your body than you did at the beginning of the class. So we're going to start this portion by drawing the knees into the chest and then lifting the legs up towards the ceiling, lifting the arms up too, and again rolling through the ankles. You can roll through the wrists here as well. The legs don't have to be straight and they don't have to be all the way upright. You can bend your knees as much as you feel is useful for you, but just again exploring that rotation of the ankles, in this case also the wrists. You can rest your arms down if you want to and just concentrate on your feet, wriggling your toes, maybe giving your legs a little bit of a kick, bending and lengthening. Very good. When you're ready, you can bend your knees into your chest and then just hug them towards you for a moment. The knees can either be close together or further apart as suits your body. And Apanasana, this posture is a really nice one to get in touch with that sensation of letting go that's also associated with our root chakra. This translates as the wind releasing pose. And there's often a little wind released in yoga, so better out than in. So here in this posture, we're drawing our knees in as we exhale and letting the knees come a little bit away from the body as you inhale. So gentle rocking over the lower parts of the back and the buttocks, letting the knees drift in and out, easing with the hands as well. And this can be a really nice thing to do, particularly if you stand a lot. Have a secure sit. When you're ready to come to the floor, just resting the arms apart to a point that feels nice and open and supported in the upper body. And then keeping the feet a little flexed, so you've got a little action in the legs. We're going to keep the knees apart as well and just allow the knees to move in circles in the same direction. So here, there needs to be a touch of action across your belly muscles, but you'll find that it's nearly impossible to do without. So in this way, it's a natural recruitment of those muscles. And we're sort of self-massaging the back of the body. And looking after ourselves is a big part of the energy of the root chakra. Self-care, balancing the things we do for others with the things that we have to do for ourselves to make for the best vitality and health for ourselves as well. And when you're ready, you can change direction, going in the opposite direction. Very good. Just feel all the parts of the body that ground in contact with the floor as you move, and how it changes. When you're ready, you can bring the feet, the knees back to the center. Just relax the feet down a bit. Perhaps here, giving yourself another few squeezes of the knees into the chest. Not squeezing too hard, but it's nice to release tension. And then with the arms resting down again, taking the knees in opposite directions. So we're using the legs unilaterally, independently of each other, making circles with the knees, getting a bit more of a sensation of rocking and rolling across the low back. When you're ready, changing direction. You can keep a little active foot here. You don't want to overflex, just a little active foot is good. And then when you're ready, you can bring your knees back to the center, hug them in one last time, and then one foot at a time down to the floor. And if you want to here, extending your legs long and waving the soles of your feet at the wall towards the end of your mat. So a little rock and roll, again, stimulating the relationship between the thigh bone and the hip joint. In your own time, sliding the feet in so that the feet are on the floor again. We come back to constructive rest posture, or sometimes this is known as half shamasana. Take your feet nice and wide. So if you tend towards bringing the legs together and you like to be compact and contained, that might be about hip width apart for you. If you are more expansive in your movements, then you might want your feet a little bit wider than your body. Anywhere in between that suits you is fine. With a little action across the belly, just gently swaying the knees from side to side. Not trying to get anywhere. You're not trying to get the knees to the floor, just beginning to feel that sensation of twisting. And noticing also how that feels in the feet as you move the weight across the soles of the feet to the outside and inside edges. And then whenever you're ready, allow your knees to come down on the right side, perhaps as far as feels comfortable. Now here, if you have your right knee floating away from the floor, the right thigh or leg not feeling supported by the floor, something underneath it to bring the floor up towards your leg is useful. And if this feels like a really nice opening across your left hip, you might want to stay here with your arms down by your side. But if you would like to, you can explore how it feels to reach the left arm away from the left hip. As long as your arm is supported by the floor, and then you might want to engage the inside of the left foot and thigh towards the floor. Maybe that feels like an even better sensation across the left side of the body. And then wherever you are, relaxing your face and shoulders, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If your arm is up, relaxing it down, engaging the belly muscles, drawing the knees back to the center, just giving a little sway from side to side. And then when you're ready, letting the knees come down to the left side. Again, supporting underneath the left leg if needed. And if that feels good, you can stay there, or you can extend the right arm over the head or away from the hip in a way that increases that sense of length and space down the right side of the body. Perhaps encouraging the inner right foot and thigh towards the floor a little bit more. Wherever you get to, soften the shoulders and the face, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, maybe just one more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Relax your right arm back to a more central position, firm the belly, bring the knees back to the center as well, just a touch of a sway from side to side. And then you can bring your feet a little bit closer towards your hips and perhaps a little closer together if they are wider apart. Draw the elbows down to the sides. Make sure that you're engaging the upper arms and shoulders down into the mat. The hands themselves can either rest onto the body or wave at each other across your body. Engage the back of the head just a touch downwards, not too much, just a little. And then pressing into the heels and the soles of the feet, engaging the buttocks upwards to roll the hips up and gently down. Pressing into the feet, rolling the hips away from the floor and gently down. If you want to, you can focus on making that movement like a peeling action of peeling the body away and then releasing nice and slowly in an articulated way down. You can engage with the upper body, the arms, the back of the head to support that movement, this moving bridge. We'll do one more like this. And when you rest down this time, just allowing the soles of the feet to come towards each other, the knees to come apart, opening the arms out to the side. You can give your knees a bit of support if you feel that they need it. You're just here for a couple of deep, relaxing breaths, maybe rolling the head from one side to the other. When you're ready, you can engage the belly muscles, bring the knees back upright. We're going to relax the left leg long along the mat and make the right foot closer to the buttock if that feels good, slightly further away if that feels better. This time we're going to place the palms of the hands downwards. But if that hurts your shoulders to do that, it's okay to leave them upwards. But downwards is quite nice for a bit of support in the arms. And here we're doing a one-sided bridge pose. If you can think of it like that. It's not quite, but it's nearly. So the aim here is to move your right knee towards the bottom end of your mat. So if you're not sure what you're doing, just looking and then joining in. So you're going to push the right knee towards the foot end of the mat, which peels the right hip off the floor with this little twist, and then release back to your center position. So pressing the right knee away from you has the effect of peeling the hip up. So we don't lead with the hip, we're leading with the knee, and then rolling back into place. See if you can do 3 more of these. Really gentle, slow, controlled movements up and releasing in the same slow and controlled way. 2 more. Pressing the knee away, not lifting the hip as such, just allowing that hip to roll off the floor as it follows the knee. Pressing your knee towards, almost towards your left foot rim. And releasing down. And here in the center, bending your left knee in, then your right knee in. We're going to lengthen both legs up and again do a little paddle through the heels, not the heels, paddle and rotate through the ankles. You can give your legs a little bit of a kick or a little bit of a shake if that feels good. Then bring the feet down to the floor, lengthen the right leg away, bring the left heel towards the buttock if that feels good. Don't want it too close. Press the palms of the hands down, engaging the back of the shoulders down and the back of the head too. And then press your left knee towards the foot end of your mat, just to allow the left hip to peel up ever so slightly, and then slowly releasing down. We'll do 4 more of these. Same action, pressing into the foot, pressing your knee towards that foot end of your mat. The hip comes up and then gently rolling back down. So really gentle. It could be quite a subtle movement for some people. So you don't need to get a great deal of space between you and the floor. It's more that sensation of pushing the knee away and allowing the hip and the pelvis to follow. Very good. If you're at all unsure, you can always ask me in the comments for some more guidance. Last one. And rolling back into place. And again, here, bending the right knee in. I'm going to take the feet up, but you can take the hands up as well if you want to. Give a little bit of a roll through the ankles, through the wrists, a wiggle through the fingers and toes. Maybe a wave of the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands at the ceiling. Gather your knees in towards you. Just taking a moment to hug the knees in. Settle the energy of the body. Then taking 1 foot at a time to the floor. If you prefer, you can stay in this position of constructive rest with the arms resting away from the body, or you can slide the legs long. We're just going to do a little breathing exercise here on the floor. So if you find it useful, you can place your hands onto your belly for breathing exercises. Some people like that because of the awareness it gives them of the deep breathing that we hope to achieve. But if you prefer, you can have your arms lying down by your sides, palms turned upwards. Take a moment to allow your body to settle into the position that you've chosen. Maybe you let go of some of that tension across the face, the area around the eyes, the tongue, the jaw. Soften the shoulders. Surrender the weight of the body downward. And then when you're ready, try to find a slightly deeper rhythm of breath. Breathing into the bottom part of the lungs, filling the bottom of the rib cage the sides, the chest, the back. And breathing out a long, slow, deep breath. Try a few of these, breathing deeply in, expanding the breath into the whole space of the rib cage, from bottom to top, and then breathing out long and slow. You can even slightly engage your belly muscles to help on the exhalation. Breathing in long and slow and deep. Breathing out long and slow and deep. Now, if you are not so familiar with the breath practices in yoga, you might want to stay with this basic deep breathing. And if you're happy with working with breath ratios, try breathing in for the count of 4 and breathing out for the count of 6. It might take a few rounds to find that comfortable, slightly extended. Try to keep your face relaxed, your jaw, your shoulders, your chest, all softening and releasing. If you find breathing in for 4 and out for 6 just a touch too far, try breathing out for 5 instead. If you find breathing in for 4 and out for 6 very comfortable, perhaps extend your exhalation to 7 or even 8. Whatever breath you land on, make sure that it is smooth, soft, comfortable. The rest of your body is relaxed. The breath is almost effortless. If you'd like to, you can remain here breathing for as long as you wish, or continue to breathe until your breath leaves your awareness and relax in Shavasana for a few moments. If you would like to complete your practice now, at the end of your next exhalation, you can bend your knees into your chest, roll to one side, and come up into sitting. Thank you for joining me in this practice for the base chakra, and I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you for our next practice for the sacral chakra. Namaste.